a group of notable figures from around the world. What do these people have in common? Hold on. I got to get the list. What do these people have in common? Steve Bannon, former Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mike Mullen, rapper Will.I.am, Meghan Markle.
Oh,
There's the old thing. None of them have ever been in my
in that
kitchen.
kitchen,
That's
yeah.
one of the things.
They
What
all
they
wear
haven't
fair and green.
Exactly. What they have in common is they've all signed on to this letter. Hundreds of prominent people from around the world, it's warning that there needs to be a slowdown on super AI because we can't get to the point where AI is smarter than humans, and they want the world to just stop and say we need to evaluate this. Proposals like this have been around, but this one is getting a fair amount of attention. What's also getting attention is a campaign ad made by the digital video team of Cuomo's campaign for mayor of New York City. You could never make an ad like this without AI because it would cost you $2 million. But here's just a little clip. It's an ad about kind of spoofing what Mamdani's New York would be like if he were mayor.
But Mamdani says you're free to go.
Who cares if legalizing prostitution statistically leads to an increase for sex trafficking of women and young girls by 70%?
You can't have safety without equality.
For unlawful abiding citizens like us, globalize the intifada.
I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
Yep. I'm a criminal.
For Zohran.
For Zohran Mamdani.
I didn't have a real job until I was 30, but sure, give me the keys to the city. What's the worst that can happen?
Paid for by Cuomo for NYC.
All right, now there's some controversy over the video. They've taken it down. They may put it back up, but that's not the point. The point is that's an incredibly powerful use of AI. And people have been predicting this. I wrote a whole article about it regarding the presidential election. It really wasn't a dominant thing. But guys, in 2026 and 2028, there's going to be an explosion of AI generated ads, including not just by campaigns that color mostly between the lines, but by random people to try to get attention. So, Dan, how worried are you about this, or you just think it's a great explosion of creativity?
Both. I mean, I think there's no way for the United States to say, halt this, because you'd have to get China and India and Brazil and like the whole world to be like, yeah, you're right. And by the way, for our own national security and war machine, we won't out in the desert keep working on this because we want to win. So I think the reality is it's going to keep marching forward. There's another story today about and I was unaware of this, how potent the issue of energy consumption is becoming in local elections, because these giant AI centers are consuming massive amounts of energy, which of course drives up the bill for everybody, right? There's only so much energy to go around. So how AI impacts the future, I think, in terms of public policy, the contours of what as a country we're comfortable with and not, it's going to be part of our politics. And I don't think one side owns this issue. I think both parties are a little like, how do we touch this?
Sean.
Yeah, I just have this visualization of all the people that signed that letter standing on a mountain as an avalanche kind of is coming and then being like, slow down. Like the horse has left the barn, folks. Writing a letter telling everyone to just stop is not exactly going to be impactful. We're already there. It's happening. It is, to your broader point, I'm very concerned about this. Kids and people are using it all the time already. Obviously, this is going to really take hold in politics. This is just the tip of the iceberg. By the time we get to the 2028 midterms, this is going to be really a big thing, not just for the candidates, but where you really get into this is outside groups who are less accountable, who will do a lot more, press the envelope, push the envelope on so many of these things where the candidate can say, hey, that wasn't me. That was a super PAC. I had nothing to do with it. But I think we're going to get really bad really quick. And by the time we get to the next presidential level, this is going to be, we'll look back on this tape and say that is hysterical. That
I don't even think it's going to be super PACs. I think it's going to be the person in their basement who is an avid supporter. And what's going to happen is candidates are going to be asked, hey, there's a photo of you and Mark Halperin, in a photo line last week. And now, Dan went out and made this video. Do you stand by this video? Do you stand by these? And both sides are going to be constantly like having to deal with these headaches.
Yeah.
All
This
right. Stay tuned. We'll talk a lot about this in the coming years.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.